Okay, so for the level 4 problem, it says the arch of a stone bridge has the shape of a parabola that is 20 feet wide at the water line and rises to the highest point 8 feet above the water line. Suppose the vertex is at the origin of the coordinate plane. Illustrate this on the coordinate plane. So our vertex is here, and if we're going to be 8 feet above, that means the water line is going to be at -8 because it's 8 feet above. And if it's 20 feet apart, that means we'd have 1 point here and 1 point here, one at -10, -8, -10, comma, -8, and one at 10, comma, -8. And so this is what our parabola would look like. And so it's at 0, 0. So I know it's going to be y is equal to a times x squared, right? Now, I could write it like this, like x minus 0 squared plus 0, since that's my vertex form, 0, 0. But that just simplifies to y is equal to a times x squared. And to solve for a, what I can do is pick either one of my points, doesn't matter which one. So I'm not dealing with as many negatives. I'll choose this one, 10, -8. And I take the 10 and I plug it into x. And I take the -8 and I plug it into the y. And so I get -8 is equal to a times 10 squared. And that's just -8 is equal to 100a divided by 100 divided by 100, my a. And so that simplifies to -2/25 is equal to a. So my final answer for this equation would just be y is equal to -2/25 x squared. And so that's my equation for the parabola. Now for part B, we're going to use that equation. If the water level falls to 18 feet below the highest point, how wide is the new parabola? So I found my equation, right? Y is equal to -2/25 x squared. We're now told it's 18 feet below. That means my y is going to be -18 because it's now dropped. My water level is kind of here and it's dropped another 10 feet from 8 feet below to 18 feet below. All right. And so I would just plug in -18 in my y, because that's going to be the new place where my water level is equal to -2/25 x squared. And I solve for x squared. So I multiply by -25/2 and -25/2. 18, that just becomes -9. -9 times 25 is just that's 225 is equal to x squared. If you just do 25 times 9. 9 times 5 is 5, and there's 4, 18, 19, 21, 22, 225. So then I do square root, and I get x is equal to ±15. And so that means my two x values are ±15 apart, which means that they are going to be 30 feet apart. So that's where it hits, where the water hits will be 30 feet wide.